One of the interesting things about our modern culture is that there are nice things about it. For example, people are now very concerned about endangered species, and that's good, because if you're not concerned, pretty soon they'll be so endangered they'll be extinct, and that's terrible. But one of the things that's on the endangered species list is the coherent grammatical English sentence. Have you noticed that? Some of you have more intellectual interest than others. But even people who in the old days would have been expected to speak with some literacy and grace are not, cutting it anymore. And they have particular habits which bug the hell out of me. People can't seem to say anything anymore without putting the words, into it. You know what I mean? So I was worrying about this the other day, and it occurred to me that it's so pervasive now. You find it in the clergy and in politics and show business everywhere, that if our greatest speaker, and perhaps our greatest president in any sense, Abraham Lincoln, were alive today and were about to deliver his world-famous Gettysburg Address, of which I have a copy here, it might come out sounding something like this. Why do comedians always say something like this? No, this is actually the Gettysburg Address, but as it would be delivered today. Fourscore and, 7 years ago, our fathers, brought forth on this continent, guess what? A new nation. Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the, proposition that all men are alike, created equal. Now we are engaged in a, great civil war, all right? Testing whether that nation, or, like any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we're met on a great battlefield of that war. Basically, we have come to dedicate a portion of that, field as a final resting place for those who here did the give your life thing, that nation might live. And it's altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, okay? But hey, in a larger sense, we cannot consecrate, hallow this ground. No, the brave men who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or, detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, you know what I mean? But I'm hey, you can never forget what they did here, man. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they who, fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. The whole 9 yards. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to that great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take, increased devotion, and that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, and that this nation under, the man upstairs, shall have a new birth of freedom. And hey, the bottom line is that government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth. I'm out of here.